They're pretty good though.
There's only one I care about now.
Oh, that's fair.
What's up, people?
There it is. The last fucking story. Really?
Yep.
It was the last thing I got. I needed to post those for Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Puerto Rican Chris is leaning over. He's tipping. He's tilting. Like the anticipation's killing me now. Oh, there he goes.
Did he fall asleep?
No.
No.
Well, yes, but he was
At
awake.
one point.
He didn't fall asleep.
There he goes.
Forget it.
Totally. I thought he was going to go to one side, and he completely went to the other. That was even better.
That was impressive.
Oh man,
that was impressive. Is what that
was a wild time.
I was so tired. I was like, something's off with the chair. Like you see me like looking. I get up. I check and shit. I'm like,
you literally look like you were going to fall out of the chair onto your face in one direction, and then you came back up and then just went to the other side.
That's funny.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious.
That was so funny.
Over here.
From that point on, the marathon just flew.
It did.
It really did. Yeah, it was like new life was breathed in.
It was one of those things where like I feel like separately, maybe when we stepped away to go pee or whatever and stretch, you got your own little like second, third, fourth, 15th, 20th win. But that right there was like a collective like energy boost, not only for us watching, but for the chat. Like everybody was just, like that was boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, it was fucking hilarious. Started at the right time.
By the end of this show, I will be done with the trivia for 4th of July.
That's good.
I will say, you just reminded me of a quick work story in one office I used to work in. I used to play pranks with this guy I used to work with, like harmless pranks. He got up to go do something. I went over to his desk. I sat in his chair and I just lowered it, and I left it where it was. And he was not expecting it to be as low as it was.
Oh.
So when he went to sit down, he missed, or he hit the chair, and he hit the ground afterwards. Like it was hysterical after I made sure he was okay.
After you made sure that 75-year-old didn't break his hip.
It's true. He was in his upper 50s.
Oh shit.
60s.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, 60s like the new 40.
Well, the other thing I would do is put when he wasn't at his desk, tape a little piece of tape and put it on the earpiece in his phone. So he'd get phone calls that he couldn't hear who's talking to him.
That's funny.
And I was sitting there one time when his daughter called, and he starts yelling into the phone, "I can't hear you."
That's awesome.
That's the type of shit that makes people go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great times.
like that's the type of dude who shoots up a place, and then the news is on there, and everybody's just like, he just kept saying it gets quiet over and over. It's like, I don't know what's happening.
That's fucking funny. Oh man, we're here again, man. Shit. Like, just fucking looking at Chris and Mick. Worst damn and Mick. We were with each other yesterday for 20 fucking hours.
I can leave.
Sounds like he doesn't want to see your faces again.
That's not what I'm saying. But
and then we thought it'd be a good idea to take like an hour breakish and then get on for another like 4 or 5 hours.
Well, some of us took an hour break.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us took a 2.5 hour break.
Yeah, I took like 3 hours.
But we're on camera though.
Oh no! I meant afterwards. I got back on.
I went to bed, dude.
Yeah, I got back on Fortnite Friday.
He got right back on. Me, I was like, all right.
He's a maniac, but he's a trained gamer too. So it's
but for me, I was like, I want a game, but I was like,
only way hit me up at like 11:30 midnight and was like, hey, I'm setting up now. I'm like, all right, I was so in it then. And then I just was like,
but here's the thing. Like, first, I'm like, I gotta have. I was like, I need at least somebody else, even if they're not gaming. I need somebody else in the headset with me, or else this isn't gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna be sitting here, trying to wind down awake, but for no reason. And you guys gamer this. By the time we finally got set up, me, him, and Johnny were in the restream, and I had Matt. And, me and Matt were playing a PlayStation game. And gamer, I had him roll because I started arguing with myself. I was just over myself. I wasn't annoyed with anybody on the stream but myself. I was like, I've been hearing myself talk for 20 fucking hours. I was like, yo, shut up. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, Gamer was rolling. And I'm just like, but honestly, like the next time we do a stream like that, it's like 20 hours plus. I want to keep it going for at least 24 hours, and I want to game right after because it was like a good wind down after that to kind of really like just help me really relax. I'll just have to pop some gummies. I won't be able to smoke, or I'll turn my camera off and smoke, whatever.
Great. Thank you for reminding me.
But it was such like a nice wind down. I was doing horrible in the game. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing for a while. I was just moving, pretty much moving, but it was fun. It was a great wind down. It was a great time. But
I stopped playing Fortnite, just hopped in their game chat and just fucking sat there. I wasn't even playing. I was just fucking leaning over on my table while I'm streaming. I was
talking.
Done.
Yes. It was
like, yo, I seriously have been on camera and on for like 25 hours, 26 hours at that point.
Crazy. I got like 21, 22 total from yesterday, but it was fucking fun. Tiring, but fun.
Kudos to you. I could not do that.
I can't do it every day, or every weekend, but
hell no, no.
I'm surprised you talked me into fucking 4th of July, even though it was my idea.
You hear him?
I think of things, you get excited, and then I get excited.
Hold up. We're gonna talk about this real quick before we dive into the movie, because he did this same shit yesterday on the live. Gamer, back me up on this. Halloween.
What's up, Jason? What's up?
He was like, yo, we should do Halloween. He talked us into it just by mentioning it, then tried to talk us out of it. They kept going back and forth.
No, I went back and forth because you got excited. Told you. You're a bad influence.
Ooh, you keep coming up with the good ideas, and then we go through with them. But yeah, so Jaws we're doing in Halloween.
How many Jaws movies were there?
There's only 4 of those.
Oh, all right.
It's only gonna be like it says 7 hours. I think we'll be ahead of it.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do that as charity during the whole time. Just be like, hey, we were collecting for this podcaster, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Nice.
Chris's friend of a friend.
Aaron's friend. Someone's friend. Chris's
no,
friend.
from now on, it's 100%. When we are live, I'm gonna be like, listen, with the fucking music behind me, Melissa Etheridge or whoever the fuck it is. Like,
Sarah McLachlan.
Her, yeah, whatever. I don't know my Femapalooza, but I'm gonna be sitting there with the music. Are we live?
Yeah.
God, you gotta tell me these things.
I did. You guys wouldn't shut the fuck up. I was like, yo, we're going live. Didn't nobody want to listen?
I'm sorry now.
The giant countdown didn't give it away?
I wasn't looking. I'm prepping for the next thing.
Oh my god.
Maybe you should be in the moment, Mick.
I am in the moment. I'm in a different moment. I'm in the moment. I'm not in your moment.
Hashtag McJaculation.
I've McJaculated already. I watched Drop Dead Fred earlier.
There you go. There you go.
There's a story behind that.
I thought you were gonna say Tree of Life.
I did that too. Brad Pitt, man. As an abusive father, hard.
Real stretch.
Oh, controversy.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. I don't make fun of him because he adopted me once.
Wait, who adopted you once?
Brad Pitt, because him and Angelina Jolie adopted everybody. Which, by the way, for adoption, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But then if like what Chris was saying about my dad isn't true, that's not a great thing. Or is true. It's definitely not a great thing.
What?
I'm confused.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
You said it. We moved on.
I don't know. We haven't talked about movies at all, and we're almost 10 minutes into this.
I would quite argue that I've been doing nothing but talking about movies and masturbation.
That is true. He was just talking about what movie were you just talking about again?
I don't know. A lot of
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred.
All right, I said Drop Dead Fred. No, I can't do it live on air.
Okay.
Oh, the pirate movie. You talked about that. That was pre-show though. That's different. What's good to our chat out there? How are you guys doing? We're here to talk about the movie Up. Let's get into it, gentlemen.
How many of you guys cried?
I'm not gonna lie.
this time.
Well,
So first time watch for me.
I was
Got a
just
little-
gonna say, who's first time watch for anybody?
First
Nope.
time
Aaron?
watch for 30. Eyes got a little watery at times, but nothing like really crazy. And then got that little feeling in the throat, but nothing really crazy. But it was a touching movie. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the second time I watched this, so I knew about like the first 10 minutes, how they put you give you on that roller coaster. I knew what was coming, so like yeah, it was sad, but I didn't really tear up then. But you know what got me this time at the end, where he goes to flip through his wife's adventure book.
I know
And
exactly.
he gets to the page where it's like things I'm going to do. And then he realizes there's finally photos there. I started fucking like I had to wipe a little something away. I'm like, I forgot about that part. I'm like, fuck.
I'm glad you mentioned that part.
They hint at it throughout the movie. Like there's gonna be something there, but when he sits down and actually flips through it, I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn.
No, it wasn't the pictures for me, Chris. It was something about how their adventures were complete. Now take a new adventure.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
oh shit. Here it goes.
Yeah.
Here it goes. And that's when they really started like, little dribbling down some. And I got the feeling right here, but nothing like I'm like that shit right there, because I'm just like, holy shit.
Yep. And
God
his eyes
damn.
were all watery and shit.
Because like the first part of it, just because again, not going into it blind, but just people telling me like the first 10, 15 minutes of it is like the saddest part of it. I'm like, actually, the most emotional part of it for me was that message right there, because it was pretty much like she was just looking right at him, like, listen, go help out Chris, Puerto Rican Chris.
Yeah,
That whole time that little he just reminded me of you. That character, the energy of him. He was like an annoying little brother. I'm just like, that's Chris. You love him, but there's days where he can get out of your nerves for a full day. And but really quick, besides
I would actually agree with that sentiment about you, Chris. You're like the little brother that we want to wring your neck, but we need somebody to talk to everybody in Spanish.
But he needs a Spanish badge. He needs help a white person badge.
Oh shit.
That would be our spoof version of it. It'd be him. It'd have to be him and Mick. It'd be perfect.
What did I say about Chris and I should do earlier? Didn't I say something?
I don't know if we could say that. I'm
Anal.
See, you walked right into that, Mick.
You set him up for that one.
You did.
I didn't set shit up.
Up is what we're watching, though, and we're talking about.
We're talking about up, not anal.
Something's going that involves up. Something's going up somewhere.
Oh man.
Up your ass and to the left.
But no. So for I guess for a first time watch for you guys, because this is my first time. Did you guys have like an emotional thing? Your first time watch?
Nope.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I watched this for the first time the year my son was born.
Oh.
And I was like, what? It's like, there's a finite amount of time between me and my loved ones? What? Not like I didn't notice, but like, I didn't like it. I didn't like their stark reminder.
It did
I know.
not.
Up your ass, I don't want to hear it. Up your ass and to the left is a Jersey and New York City thing. Like
I said that as a kid. We're not in the city.
No, he's
you're
not
in
talking about that.
Schenectady. First of all, Schenectady knows why, because it's the home of shenanigans, baby. Sponsor of the season. Now on Uber Eats.
We're gonna start saying shenanigans is the sponsor until we actually catch their attention.
No. That's my thing. You can't steal that. I have reads and everything.
We're on
really
Uber.
doesn't
They're
do
on
that.
Uber Eats now. Shenanigans.
Mhm.
Don't forget. Just remember that.
Come for the girls, stay for the food.
You don't even have to go for the girls. You can just stay home for the food.
No, you
Bring the food.
totally
Now
missed
we
the,
bring the food.
he missed the innuendo there.
You want to go to Schenectady and see some shenanigans and some
Just-
beautiful dancers, some great things, and eat some wings? We're now on Uber Eats.
Just don't
Have a
order
shit
the
to your
seafood
house.
salad.
I don't know about beautiful dancers and great things, but
Let's have Mick record a promo and send it to Shenanigans.
Oh,
There you
I,
go.
That
my
would
last,
be
go to my
hilarious.
last podcast episode. I did like 3.
no, he's saying send it. You start
I did
tagging
a
them.
pre, a mid, and a post.
That's
roll.
what you should. Yo, Mick, start tagging them on Facebook next with the episodes. Just at shenanigans.
Come on down to Shenanigans.
They're over here wondering why they're getting like a 60% increase the past 2 months. Like, what's going on?
Where's this guy? We got to bring him out. Oh, he lives in Virginia.
I want to
What
start
the
a
hell?
contest. Anybody listening, if you're in the Schenectady, New York area, I want you to, even if you're not and you just decide to take a trip to the luxurious, lovely Schenectady, New York, you need to visit Shenanigans.
I wouldn't call it that.
I would like for you to either write the scene snobs down in the bathroom. I don't care what you write with it. Or pop an old scene snob sticker on there. You can go get them down over at the snobsmerch.com.
Yo.
Let's cover their bathrooms with don't vandalize. I'm kidding, by the way.
And if you're in Ohio at
Parody.
mile marker.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be putting stickers there, you can also put stickers with CSOP stickers at Waterworks.
Ask them for permission first. Oh my god. Yeah, up in its waterworks. The first time, this time, it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think this is the best Pixar movie, and a lot of people do.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say it's the best Pixar movie, but I thought it was the first time watch. I thought it was a really good movie.
I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if it's the best, but I think the first time I watched this, I'm like, I think that I was taken. What got to me was this is the deepest, I think, Pixar movie I had seen at the time. Like, holy fuck! Like, this was 2009, so there was a number of Pixar movies before this, including Toy Story and everything. But even that didn't fucking introduce the concept of death to the aspect that this did for like kids and shit. I'm like, god damn.
Yeah.
True.
Listen, this movie teaches you a lot of things in the heart.
It does.
Teaches you to be nice to old people
Yep.
and kick them out of their homes.
Yep.
It teaches you to be an old person who's out for yourself and to find birds to make you famous.
Yeah.
Hey, Test Cycle. What's good?
Test Cycle.
Keep playing jokes on kids.
Yep.
Oh my God! Push them off of flying houses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Get them to go chase snipes. Fake imaginary animals to leave you alone.
He comes back with Wesley.
You know that's like a real thing, right? Snipe hunts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a real a prank on people. Like, so if anybody ever tells you want to go on a snipe hunt, just say yes.
No, but
You're being initiated.
what we didn't mention, like we talked about Carl, who's the old man losing his wife Ellie. She has a fucking miscarriage in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like God, like they packed so much stuff into the first 15 minutes. Like, I remember them growing old and her dying. Like, I forgot about the miscarriage part. I'm like, God, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
Well, I
a
think
parent, how do you
they do
explain
it-
that to your kid?
But
Yeah.
but the way they do it in the movie, like being a parent and like watching these with them, and I swear to God, either we were dumber in the 80s or we just didn't pay attention because like I didn't remember the blowjob in like Ghostbusters, the ghost blowjob, until I was an adult. Like I remembered it existed. I was like, oh, I remember the scene, but like I just didn't remember what it was.
You're
you know?
dumber as a kid. Not dumber, just don't know.
My kids, they call this shit out. Like
But
I'm
there's
like,
also
oh,
the
they're not
internet.
going to worry about that. Who gives a stuff? You know, they're not going to care because I didn't care. And then they're like, well, what's that? And, but with the way Pixar, just to get to that point, like the way Pixar handles it, though, I think is really well done. Like dealing with a miscarriage and like I think the way they handle a lot of their subject matter allows for parents to step up and actually, you know, like if questions are asked, have an easier time talking because they do it subtly in a way that's like if it does come up, it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. And I like that about Pixar.
No, that's very true. That's very, very true.
Yeah, I would agree.
Say hi, you're live on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Hola.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Hello.
Hola. Buenos noches.
He knows noches.
But I guess real quick before we dive into it more, what is everybody's ratings for it? James, you want to kick it off?
You know, this is one of if I had favorites out of Pixar, This is up there.
Mhm.
No, I did not cry because you know me, I got the black
He's,
heart.
he's dead inside.
But
like I would joke about being dead inside all the time, and then I met James, and
listen,
I
I feel the sadness. It's just it's not strong enough not even get the throat thing. I know it's sad.
I agree with you on that. Like the first time it hit me, and I don't mean to cut you off on your rating, but can I add something to our ratings tonight? Because
What's that?
Pixar is such a huge thing, and we deal a lot in franchises here. Could you name a couple of your actual favorites along with this? So that way we can get kind of like a balance of like what is your favorite in the Pixar world? Because they're so different.
I honestly I couldn't even tell. I would say yes, but I couldn't even tell you. To be
It's
honest.
Monster Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Like
got
that.
That was a good one.
Pixar movies, real quick.
Jeez, I keep putting-
Hmm.
So you got James in there.
Well, Monsters Inc. I have not seen nearly all of them.
The Incredibles.
Yeah, that's a great one.
But yeah, I'd say those. They're the ones that pop in my head.
Yeah, that's all I
I-
wanted. Just like something that kind of balanced like what your rating for this is versus
Yeah.
Man, I have to really think about that.
Well, what's your
Like,
rating?
like Chris said, it's deep. It is like one of the deepest movies I've seen. Like it's like Pixar, Disney. I've never seen anything like this deep and what they show and everything.
Mhm.
So I like that. I like the story that he wanted to keep his promise to his wife. So I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it an 8 for now.
Ooh, nice.
Good, solid.
I'm with you. I gave it an 8 as well. I just had a good time with it. I had a really good time with it, and like you were both, like everybody was saying, great movie, great story, and it worked. Like it just worked. And
Even had the comedy in it. It had the talking dogs.
Oh yeah.
The talking
and the-
dogs, man, were fantastic.
The back and forth with Carl and Chris was just great.
Oh, it was.
It was like from when the house got into the sky, especially when he was when you know what, fuck it, it's gonna be Mick and Chris now. Not wishing the other stuff, but just this part of it. I mean, the funny parts of it, the back and forth parts of it. When Mick wouldn't let Chris come in, he's like, "Just stay outside." He's like, "All right, you can come in."
Before he could even finish, that dude was inside.
So like stuff like that, I really did enjoy it because it was like it knew when it needed to make you laugh and then make you kind of like just really think and be like empathetic, and it did a really good job of that with this. Really good job with that, and then I can see how like kids can just enjoy it even if they don't understand everything that's going on, but just kind of know something is sad and know something is funny, but maybe not understand the depths of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I gave it an 8. Stories from a Bar.
Solid 9.
Nice.
Nice. Mick?
9 seems right for this, but I think I'm going to go an 8.5. And to add some of my favorites, Ratatouille is up there. Wall-E.
I forgot about Wall-E.
Me too. I
Cars.
thought that was Disney for some reason.
Cars is a big one for me. Inside Out.
Of course.
Yep.
And
Inside Out is good.
Coco. Coco is probably my favorite.
Coco was really good.
Really good.
That was truly amazing. But and I know it wasn't a favorite for a lot of people, but one that really stuck with me because I watched it with my son, and it's about fatherhood. Was The Good Dinosaur.
That was good.
I
So-
never seen that.
That's,
I seen that quite a few times because we'd have someone like just kids over in the family, little kids over in the family. My wife, she Pixar, she'll be in front of you with the kids all day with them, and then sometimes I'll go in and out and watching those ones, and yeah, that was a good one. That was one that was on a lot. Like she'll even watch that by herself sometimes just for a cry. I didn't. Well, I know it's a thing now, but when I just want
Like
to
The Good Dinosaur made me cry more than this.
Wow.
Because when he gets and it's the beginning of the movie, it's the whole purpose. It's basically The Land Before Time, but sort of a bit in reverse. Like a son and his father are out, and they're both brontosauruses. I actually think they're apatosauruses. and the father dies in a struggle. And so like the kid who's very scared now far from home has to figure out his way home. And watching it with my son, like that just brought out a lot of energy in that way. But like even Finding Dory's the same way. Like those kids ones really get me.
Finding
But,
Dory. Yeah.
not Finding Dory, Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory's a great movie too.
Nemo.
A lot of
Nemo's
those
good.
will hit me hard, So I'll hit me the first time thinking about my wife and stuff, but it's more so I guess like the kids and stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
that
I get that.
So
Worst damn, what you got for us?
It's a 9. It's really hard for me to pick as far as out of all of the Pixar's because honestly, I don't think there's any movie that I would rate under an 8, and they're all usually 9s for me. There's
That's
only
fair.
1 or 2 that I'm like,
fix this.
just a notch less. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, Incredibles, Encanto, Moana, Lilo and Stitch. I mean,
Oh, Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm naming all the ones with brown people at the moment. Cars
Inside
is
Out.
awesome just because of Mater and
Wait, no,
fucking-
Lilo and Stitch isn't a Pixar movie.
Oh yeah, it's Disney.
It's a Disney movie.
That's not. It wasn't.
So,
It's not a Disney Pixar movie.
no, it started
Toy
with Toy
Story?
Story. No, it's just because it's the animation is a little different. Like one's more 2D animation versus like this computer generated, which is what Pixar has like their own like
Yeah, you're right.
the way to go about it. Like I mean, as far as Disney movies go, that would be an interesting one. Like next time, like we have a Disney movie like that
Yeah.
to kind of discuss. Actually, what would be kind of cool on this show is because they're making the live action is to do double features where you do watch the animated and the live action and compare and contrast. And 30's like, stop adding ideas.
No. I'm not opposed to it. I guess that means I'm gonna eventually have to watch that fucking live bullshit action of the Lion King that I don't want to watch.
No. I'm
That
not
one was
saying.
good.
I didn't say make a wheel. I just said if one of those movies comes up,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
for that,
Very
like
good
you're
Lion
just
King,
like,
sorry.
why don't we do the live action
Gotcha.
with it to kind of
Gotcha,
offset
gotcha.
it a little bit?
No, the Lion King one was the decent one of all those live action ones.
I can't. Jungle Book. I thought was
Oh, Soul.
Soul
was
was Soul was good.
I didn't see that one.
I would urge you guys to watch it again. And
Or for
really
the first time.
Yeah, because like the first time I didn't love it, and then like I went back and I watched some special features of it and such, and like understood the story a little bit more and like what they were going for, and understood jazz music. Because I'm not going to say I'm like any type of authority on jazz music. I'm not, but I do enjoy listening to it.
It's a lie,
Especially
Mick. You were talking jazz music up before we started, before we went live.
I was talking about a porn
Like,
from
he was
2005 before we
Talking,
started.
he was
Nice
talking
try.
about how he was so into it,
Mm-hmm.
how he was trying to turn the culture of shenanigans into a fucking jazz club.
Now on Uber Eats.
Yeah,
You
Jazz
can
club
order
with
wings
titties.
to go home and then get a ride home.
jazz tits. That's what he was gonna. That's a name he was considering.
jazz tits.
Jazz tits.
Playing a saxophone with titties out.
It's tits.
That would be an interesting type of.
Like jazz hands, but
Like boom, 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 boom. Look at that nipple.
Look at his
Oh,
shake.
okay.
I love it.
Just the character of Carl, he's fantastic. Like he's such a great old man. Like from the beginning, like you go through his story, and then it cuts to him at his house with everything around him being developed into this huge thing. You get a sense of his anger because he's yelling at the suits that are trying to get his house, and the construction guy's talking to him. He's like, "You poured prune juice in the guy's gas tank." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, that was a good one." He's like, "Give me that megaphone," and he starts yelling at the suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I,
I don't,
I
personality
hated the whole.
wise,
I hated the whole situation with how it played out, just because his mailbox gets hit by one of the construction vehicles.
yeah,
He goes over to like defend his shit. Yes, he overreacted a little bit, but then to send a man to a retirement home
Yeah.
through the court system.
because
Because-
he like accidentally hits the guy with this cane, but I don't know. But there's a sense of truth in that. Like
Yeah.
you get
Mhm.
like just the way society treats
Mhm.
elderly people. Like it fucking the amount of truth behind
Oh yeah.
like the inspiration for this movie is
You
insane.
can't just lock away all of the things that you don't want to deal with, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was even more truthful to your point, Chris, how like taking his home. The whole point,
Yeah.
like they wouldn't have done that if they weren't trying to get his home.
Yeah.
You know, they use that as an opportunity, and that's one thing. Like, I'm not doing this to be a pain in the ass, I know, but it is no King's Day, so I'm going to say it. But with the healthcare system and the scariness of Medicaid and Medicare probably being cut and taken away, that's not affecting me. It's not affecting us, but it is affecting so many old people that we seemingly in this country, and I don't understand it, just forget. And I'm not saying like we can all just stop, drop, and like take care of every old person. We can't. But I've always been a big proponent of personally, yes, there should be like for at the very least, universal health care should exist for old people. At the very least, we should be doing that. Why would we not make the golden years of an old person's life the best it could possibly be? Free transportation if you need to go places, free medication when you need it, free universal health care across the board for anyone over, fuck it, let's just say 50. Let's be real with it. Let's be good. Now, I understand where it comes from, and I understand I'm going on a rant, and I promise I'm not trying to make it political, but I am trying to say, like, we do need to be aware, and this movie does bring a good point to that, is we do not take care of our old people. We shun them and say it's the kids' job, and if they don't have kids, it's the state's job, or it's whatever. And it's like these old people are human beings, you know, like we shouldn't have them going out. We should be trying to provide as much dignity for the later life, so when they do die, they do feel like they've led a good life all the way through.
Yeah.
Or for some, just a good life at the end.
I agree with that, and I'll even say it shouldn't even be about fucking politics and all the other bullshit that you greedy cocksucking bastards try to fucking put it at. And if you think that, fuck you, eat a dick, and leave this fucking channel because I don't want you to support you. Fuck you. And it's about it's about just being good to your fellow human being. How fucking hard is
And
that?
Mick was worried about setting someone up.
I'm never worried about that, but it's your show, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm worried about like ruining anybody else's show. But when Sturdy goes on a rant, I'm like, I don't have to.
No, it's not about ruining it because again, it's not political when it's about caring about your fellow human being. Stop trying to brush it under the rug because you don't care about anybody but yourselves. Fuck you. Again, fuck you, Trump, fuck you, Elon, fuck MAGA, eat a dick, fuck all of you. If you don't care about people, fuck you.
I agree.
Do something useful and go to a deserted island. Fuck you.
Most people don't see how it really works and how it all comes down to the dollar. Every life seems to have a dollar amount attached. When you're faced with certain mortality, they just decide if it's worth it for them to keep paying to keep somebody alive, or say, nope, it's not worth it.
I'm just waiting for the rubber bullets to come at me. So
people don't understand the impact of their decisions until it actually affects them. That's the thing.
And that's the sad part about it. That's the disgusting part about it. It's like, why does something have to happen to you for you to understand pain or for you to understand struggle? It doesn't make any sense.
Who was the first person in this? And honestly, everything I said about elderly and how we should take care of them, I think also should absolutely pertain to anyone under 18.
Yeah.
You know, like we should be providing free daycare, things like that, like to help parents and stuff. So ultimately, but like, and not to turn it into that, but to think about taking what I just said there and taking it to the theme of this movie. Who was the first person to really, besides his wife in the first 15 minutes, who was the first person to really treat him, Carl, like he still mattered?
The boy.
And he, you know, and yeah, exactly. And that's another testament to like, also, how do we treat kids?
And in the same token, I feel like Carl learned again to really love and care about somebody else besides himself after he lost his wife with the kid.
After the way he's been treated, you can see why he's become the bitter old man that he has.
But the juxtaposition of the fact that he treated the kid that way, pushing onto him his grumpiness of losing his wife and how people are treating him in his elderly age. He was a balloon salesman.
Yeah.
His whole job was to make kids happy.
Yeah.
And that's how far he's come. But the kids brought it back in him. And I just really think that this is a very good movie with a very good message that doesn't get talked about enough.
Very true. Very true. And really quick before we go on another tangent or say something wild or crazy.
I don't think we said anything crazy or wild.
No. Just because what I'm about to, the GoFundMe thing I was about to bring up before. That's what I'm saying before we go on.
Yep.
I feel like it's a great time. We're talking about caring about others, and we are caring about others. A fellow podcaster that I know, these guys don't even know, but they were when I told them about it, they were down. So we'll tell you about the other stuff later on. But right here, we're going to drop the link in the description. Fellow podcaster, his brother is going through some health things, and we know how doctors' bills, healthcare, can be crazily expensive. And you got to think about, you got to take care of your bills and take care of your family and everything else. And you need help. People need fucking help. So here it is right here. We're going to drop this link in the description. I'm going to pin it in the description. Please, at the very least, I understand everybody doesn't have money to just donate to help. I get that. At the very least, hit that share button. Just share the link out, because at least somebody can. If you can donate $5, amazing. If you can just share that link, amazing. But we want to help. This is what we do. We care about people. We actually do. We don't pretend to do this shit. So let's help. Let's help. And
hopefully we'll be giving you ample time to do that soon.
Yes.
But if you can now, please do.
Please do. And again, I'm going to drop the link right now in the description. And let's go, gents.
Going back to the actual movie and what's going on during it, once he is in the air with the house, he lets the kid in. One of the scenes that really cracked me up is when he's almost thinking of how to get rid of the kid, and then they have the scene of him dangling the kid from the window because they're still over the city. Like you don't know he's imagining it at first. And then like he ends up dropping the kid, and then it flashes to him still standing there. He's like, no, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
I'm like, that was brilliant. That was such a great scene. Just a quick joke, but that was great.
Oh my god.
And what I liked about that too, Chris, I'm glad you mentioned that, is because like he's thinking it, he doesn't really want to do it, but we all think of something, maybe not to that extreme, for somebody you really love and care about, that you're just annoyed with them. It's just like, you may be, it's like, man, like I told my wife, I was like, there was times I wanted to kick your ass down the stairs and then fuck you when I get down there because I felt bad or whatever. And she would just looked at me laughing. But
listen,
it's one of those things. You don't do it. You don't act it out. And I don't mean it maliciously, like doing it, but it's just like, damn, man.
I've had that, of course, like where you care about somebody and then like,
It's
but
like
like
the
they're
cartoon.
annoying you and you're like, I hope their chair breaks.
It's like
And it's come true, which is the nice part.
Oh shit! It's like the cartoon kind of thing of it in my head. It's like, oh, you fell down the stairs, blah 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 blah. You're perfectly fine, but you got knocked down the stairs by me, type of deal. Like
I will never not do that on my show or anybody else's, where I just call the inside joke out where we all know but nobody else does, because I want people to go back and be like, I need to watch whatever the fuck they're talking about.
Yep. 14 hours, 42 minutes in.
Another thing these Pixar movies usually do well, this one in particular, is like there's so many like little throwaway things. Like when the kid is talking to the old man, he's like, I got this GPS, and then he accidentally throws it out the window, but the conversation still keeps going.
That was hilarious.
That was good.
And he actually got him to South America and got him to the place he wanted to go.
Paradise.
Yeah. If that kid wasn't on that trip, Carl would have been dead 1,000%.
Yeah.
That kid kept him alive.
Like all the characters they introduce in this, the talking dogs, I love, especially when they think they see a squirrel. Like that was my favorite part of the talking dogs, is just they'll be in an actual conversation and the squirrel.
Yeah.
Like even with the bad dogs, or Kevin, the bird.
There's no bad dogs. There's assholes that think there's bad dogs.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Kevin the bird, the giant bird.
That was funny.
Like he is awesome.
She
is awesome. Yes, she is
Find
awesome.
out later. Which I thought was funny.
But I don't know, the way the kid breathes life back into Carl to the point where they're going to save Kevin, and him trying to fulfill his wife's dream. All at the the themes are just so fucking heavy.
It's never too late. It's, hey, let's listen to each other and work together. Like, old needs young, young needs old. You got wisdom and you got new knowledge. Like, cultivate that shit.
And something we haven't mentioned, but follow your dreams.
Yep.
Like, because you got to remember, they met as children, and they had like this. You're thinking of it as like a kid's silly dream, but then it's like his wife passed, but they still.
And she was always about that dream, even as a child. They show you, and like, I always thought that. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was always sweet that he like you're saying, like he continued on and he achieved it. Like that was a lot in this.
And then again, to add on from you, from starts from what you were saying about how to complete his wife's mission, and then again going back to the book, that's when he's like, okay, kid, let's go save Kevin, and this, that, you know what I mean, and then let's go do this next mission now, or next journey.
Even something we didn't mention, if you haven't seen this, connecting it back to the first 15 minutes where you go through their life story, and he buys the fucking plane tickets, and he's gonna give them to her on a picnic. To make sure they actually fulfill her dream, and then she dies. Before they can, like, fuck, man.
And something else too that stood out to me, and I was thinking about it later in the movie, was the blimp. Remember, you said you promised me you're gonna get a blimp, and then he eventually gets the blimp.
Yeah.
So it's like he kept all of his promises one way, whether. And
in fairness, though, that's the part of this movie where it's like it just all worked out.
Fair.
Like,
but I like that it did, because I feel like with a children's movie, especially with all the crazies that goes on in the world, and especially with like what kids have to deal with personally in school and shit, it should have realness in it. But for a kids movie, have a happy ending. For adult movie,
I'm not disagreeing, nor do I think it was bad.
No. But what I was gonna say is for an adult movie. Because we've had these conversations before. For an adult movie, I think it needs to end the way it's supposed to end. But for kids, I think it should end in happiness. Because I think a kid should still be able to smile at the end of the movie.
Watching this, the only thing that I was like, all right, this is the most unbelievable part, and this is ridiculous considering all the stuff that happens in this movie, is you have the first 15 minutes establishing this famous explorer that Carl and Ellie worship, that inspires their adventures through the movie. This explorer's clearly an adult using his blimp while Carl's a kid to go off and try to capture this bird. And then Carl gets to Paradise Falls, and this explorer is still fucking alive when Carl's 85 years old. And the explorer almost looks younger than Carl.
Yeah, I thought he found something. Like, I forget. Wasn't there a line in there that says why he's so young or something like that? Maybe the adventures keep him young or something. I thought there was a line. I can't remember for some reason.
There may have been something. The only thing I can think of is he had a less stressful life.
Fair. I mean, your best friend's a dog.
That's true.
And I get. Like,
if you only hang out with dogs, you'll live forever.
I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment, if I'm being honest. There is no argument for me on that. I think it's true.
You should always have a dog around.
Just don't fuck the dog.
100%.
I agree. Yeah, Chris.
That's where they draw the line at shenanigans.
That's where they draw the line at shenanigans.
Yeah.
The dogs are for petting. That's it.
Oh man.
Not heavy petting.
Oh, so you guys didn't mention the other story that was in this movie that's supposed to be sad.
What?
The kid's father's out of the picture. Never shows up for his stuff.
The kids fucked up parents.
Yeah, he's got a broken home.
Like, they don't.
Then Carl goes to his ceremony, and he did what he used to do with his father. Sit at the corner and count the color blue and red.
Yeah, they really built that up. They don't mention what happened. The kid doesn't mention actually what happened to his real mom. Just that he has a stepmom. You don't know if she died. They got divorced. The dad becomes uninterested, it sounds like, after he marries the stepmom.
Mm-hmm. There's always an evil stepmom in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
True.
Yeah, but real quick though, at the end of the movie,
that was his mom though, right?
Oh, that was his. Yeah, was that his stepmom or was that his mom? That was.
I thought that was his mom at the ceremony.
Was it? I don't think they give you enough information to. There was a. Now that you say, yes, I do remember him waving to a woman. But then why wouldn't she have been up on stage?
Exactly.
Because it was.
One at the father.
Well, you've seen all the dads on stage. It may have
has
been
to
one
be
of
a
those things,
father.
but like a father-daughter dance in school. It may have been one of those things, but father-son type of deal. Maybe that's my only thing. I can think
Mom's
of.
probably still in the picture, but dad, like think about it, like he probably lives with the mom, and dad got remarried or whatever,
and don't see him no more.
like he only sees him every other weekend. Like that's a heavy
Okay.
toll on a lot of kids.
Well,
Like
no,
I never
because
understood that.
They could have gave you a little more information.
I don't know though, because remember how he says he mentions his stepmother by name. And he's like, why would you say that? He's like, that's not my mom. And he's like, what happened to your mom? And he just kind of looks sad. Or no, he doesn't even ask what happened to his mom. He just said, that's not my mom. And he just looked at him.
Didn't he say she went away or something like that?
I don't.
She might have left. I mean, listen.
I think it ended with basically him saying, "Yeah, that's not my mom," when Carl asked, and that was
and Carl just said, "Oh," and then tried to distract them away and told them to go to bed type.
There's not a like you could. I think another just line or two could have.
I think you need to look at the context clues. The only reason I say like I think Pixar does that on purpose. Because I'm sure that there are things we could go back and look at, and it will give you context clues to what happened to his mom. Because think about all the little things like that happen. They pull something out of a backpack or out of his pocket, and it reads something that ties into Toy Story or Cars. They're so detail oriented in everything. Like I have to think that maybe there's some nuance there that like just nails it, but you don't see it until you watch it 4 or 5 times, you know?
Yeah.
Or an Easter egg video on YouTube or something.
You know what another part's messed up in this movie?
What?
What's that?
It ends with Carl not even knowing that the house landed in that spot.
Yeah. But I mean that's kind of cool though.
He doesn't need to.
No, he don't, but still it's just crazy.
He's by going on this adventure, having new adventures, he's doing what Ellie wanted. He kind of got the okay to know it's okay to if the house doesn't get there.
He doesn't need to know that his dream is achieved.
Yeah.
Because it's saying like she knows it's there. And I like that. I like that open-ended feeling of it.
I thought they did when I first seen this, I thought they did a spin on it. I thought they were making it where he thought the house is lost, and up above, Ellie's looking down.
It's
had the house land in the spot where he wanted, so it made him seem like he kept his promise to her. It's there.
There was a lot of times in this movie where he's like almost there in moments, almost to certain spots, whether it was almost to get the house or almost to get the bird back to her place or almost getting away from them, and then all of a sudden something happens. You know what I mean?
Hey, Chris, I don't know if you know this, but microphones work in a certain way where when you talk into
Wow. Wow.
I'm messing around. You broke up just a little bit. So like I didn't hear
control of the internet.
I'm messing with you, sir.
Says the guy who we had to get to fix his microphone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that to be the comeback.
The one who every 5 minutes has to be playing DJ here over there.
Yeah.
Playing DJ.
I am not playing DJ. I am preparing for July 4th. Leave me alone.
By the way, every character they introduced, poor Doug. Like he thought he was part of a pack. The pack doesn't like him. Like he tries to give them the bird, Kevin, and the pack basically turns on him. And he helps save Carl and the kid and Kevin. Like I enjoyed Doug. He was such a great. You're my master now.
Yeah.
Well, then you're in luck. Go on Disney Plus. They have shorts.
I know. There's like a Doug short, right?
There's a few of them. Carl's first date is a good one where Doug is getting him ready for his first date and helping him build his confidence. Doug Days.
Days.
There's some good ones, but they're nice because they are that epilogue of what's happening with Carl.
That
epilogue, like a picture of the kid up in his house and stuff.
Even that epilogue, if you take the time to watch that, they put it in the format of kind of flipping through Ellie's book, pictures of him living his life with Doug and helping the kid out, like leading the scouts. I'm like, this is fucking beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got a new set of life. And
He's-
and that helps with because he wanted the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't. Not that she didn't want a child, but like her
They
goal
couldn't
was to
have
go
one.
adventuring, and they
Yeah.
couldn't have one. But he always wanted to be a dad, and you could. That's even more evident, and again in those little things of like him being a balloon artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like he obviously loves children, wanted to be a dad, and I think when that hits and that miscarriage, that's his turning point. His dream isn't going to come true, and then it does.
That's so cool. I love this movie.
We're going to
I
make
love it.
dreams come true all over.
Yeah, move mine up to a 9. This is
I was
like
about
going my
to do
top.
the same shit for mine. I was about to do the same shit for mine.
When they're like, and when you get to the climax of the blimp fight, everyone's fighting in the blimp. Doug gets the dogs to chase him, and he has the alpha dog whose collar, like his voice is messed up, like half the times. That was pretty good. And then he puts the E collar on him, the cone of shame, and then he becomes the alpha.
Yep.
Yep.
I like that. That was a fitting. I enjoyed that. That was good. But and you have Months falls from the sky, the fucking villain who's somehow looks younger than Carl, but I don't know, man.
Now did he die, or did he have enough balloons in his hand to safely hit the ground?
No, he died. There was nothing in his hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he had
No, he
balloons.
had to, like a few balloons, but there wasn't enough to hold him up. I don't think. Nah.
No, 3 balloons? No, definitely not.
No, I don't know, man. This was just awesome all the way
It
around.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't think
Now,
it exactly got
do
the
you-
tears
who-
you were hoping for, but
Who likes Disney movies, animated movies, or Pixar's? Which ones are better?
Pixar.
I agree. My Pixar. I agree too.
Yep.
But like
I'd have-
Pixar's better because Disney was so good.
That's fair.
Like Disney made a new kind of animated, like sort of, a Disney nerd. Oh, safety pin. All right. I feel like Disney kind of changed the game in terms of cartoons, especially
Yeah.
animated films, and Pixar just was birthed from that. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I guess we get the wheels spun.
Yeah.
Oh,
they,
go
were,
ahead, Bert.
they were born from both them and ILGM, right? Fucking LucasArts.
Oh, Lucasfilm.
Yeah, it was a bunch of spin-off guys, right? That left or some shit.
Yeah, what's his name? Steve Jobs was instrumental in them in the beginning too. He owned it. Hey,
How's
well,
it going, Wilkie?
What's up?
Yo,
Will?
Will,
What's up, Will?
are we doing the decades or the Destiny?
I asked for decades, but it's whatever you guys want. It's your show.
That's what I'm asking right now. Decades or
care.
Destiny?
I don't care. So decades it is. I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care.
Yo, when you asked that in the
Dirty.
group
Wow,
chat,
you were still trying to pawn it off to something else. You son of a gun.
listen, I'm not. I already told you I ain't making all the damn decisions. I'm
It is No Kings Day. That
exactly.
means I get to choose.
Nope.
It's Peasants Day.
This guy.
The movie Up.
That is true. It is the movie Up. Let's see what we get.
Oh, that's right. I gotta spin this twice.
And now we're selecting the movie for next weekend.
Yes.
Or
Lou-
movies.
Movies.
Oh, we're wrapping up. Wrapping up.
Unlike real life.
Oh, they're unwrapped.
Gotta let
Raw-
it breathe.
You raw dog real life.
Is it Pirates from 2005?
Mm-mm.
Well, then I don't want to be a part of this.
It's so small I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
Smokey and the
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
car movie. It's got a Trans Am.
Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got a mustache in the Trans Am, and
I was
Sally
gonna say a
Field.
mustache and a Trans Am.
Dirty will be in heaven.
Well, for the Trans Am, I don't give a fuck
I'm
about
hard
it.
already.
The whole movie's about the Trans Am, pretty much.
Yeah, it is.
No. I'm saying Because you said a Trans Am and a mustache, stir, you'll be in heaven. Like I have a thing. Like that's just my He's good. He's happy now.
Wait, you got to take Up off of here.
Yeah, I know. I got to do that, and I also have to swap it out for another movie, which I will today or tomorrow.
We got
Ooh.
Lady Killers. Is that Lady Killers? What is? Oh, Damn
Damn
Yankees!
Yankees.
Wow,
Damn.
wow, that's a good one.
What's a Diablo sandwich?
That's gonna be a weird week, and I'm here for it.
All right.
Damn Yankees and Smokey and the Bandit.
What about Punishment movie? Or is that on hold?
Let's talk about that when we get off air, just to really lock in on that one. But we know what it is if we have to do it. But we'll have one more little.
Well,
Makes
no,
a real
Chris was going to choose one.
Yeah, Mick's a real go-getter. He's already done it.
Oh, for him. Okay.
You
Do you
said
have
it
one
couldn't
yet?
be on the wheel. I don't know why it can't be on the wheel. I feel like it's fucked up, but whatever. You got to make the poor guy decide something.
Do you have?
He's losing the end. Listen, calm down there, Guardians.
As it should be.
Listen,
Do you have a movie for Remorse, Dam, or are you still thinking?
Do you like musicals?
It depends on the musical.
Don't worry, it's not The Sound of Music.
We already watched that garbage.
I'm not watching the Sound of Music.
I got 2 movies in mind. I want to toss them around a few more minutes in my head.
Okay, what you got for me?
Repo.
Oh, sorry.
You like Repo?
I didn't mind it. I don't like Darren.
That was
Lebow.
enough of a reaction for it to not be a.
Wait,
good
which
one.
Repo are you thinking?
Repo the Genetic Opera.
Damn it! He
I
would
like
know.
I like Repo Man too. I like that one better though. They're both garbage.
Damn it! I got to think
In a
of
good
something good. I want you to suffer.
What was the other one?
We were discussing Up.
What was the other movie?
Safety pin. Safety pin? There you go.
Safety pin. Yeah.
Les Miserables.
I can't read.
I mean, I've seen that play a bunch of times.
Never mind. I'll think of better ones.
You're thinking of good ones.
You have to think
I
of a
didn't think
terrible
you like
movie.
musicals. I wanted you to suffer for long musicals.
I like. There's some musicals I don't like. I'm not going to tell you which.
All
one.
musicals are awful.
And I'm not watching Sound of Music. That will never be a punishment.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
He likes movies like
That's
English
too easy.
Patient.
That's too low hanging. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not watching it. If a punishment movie has been watched, I'm not taking it.
No, that's why I said off the wheel and ones we haven't discussed. That's
Exactly.
How you
Well,
feel
I'm
about
telling.
those.
Hey, listen,
That's too
James
easy.
would throw me under the proverbial English Patient bus if it was passing by, and Chris would be all like, "Fucking stories from a fucking grill." I'll tell you that much right now.
Hashtag McJaculation.
La La Land is
There was a
good.
part
What
of me
you
that
talking about?
wanted to do TikTok videos that
Johnny.
tagged you in all of them, and it was just going to be stories from and then I was just going to rhyme the word and do the actual thing.
Oh, wow.
I might still do it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
it's a good thing I don't use TikTok, even though I have an account.
You should.
I will.
Yeah, no, me too. I just scroll it. I never post anything.
I'll use it from your stories from a bar and just clips.
I should.
Well,
but
you
I
should know
don't.
my TikToks end up everywhere, so it's all right. You'll see it.
Just like my junk.
Wow.
What?
Damn, there's so many movies that you've seen. How am I even supposed to pick?
I mean, I don't love everything. It's trash. La La Land is blah. I don't mind La La Land.
like
The music
La La
was
Land.
nice, and the colors. I mean, like, let me tell you, man, the visuals.
I like music and colors too, but
The musical Cats.
oh god,
Cats was bad, but Cat Taylor Swift. I'm good.
release the asshole cut.
I'll McJaculate to it. It's all right.
Mm.
And that's not actual ejaculation. That's McJaculation. No,
True.
I don't even know what that means, but it's
Two different things.
I don't know what it means either, but
I'm going by Chris's
makes
stuff.
sense.
It's two different things.
I should have never used my name as puns. All right. I'll give you one then.
No.
No, I'll be honest. What's
I
the
would say what you should do is maybe give him a type that you can't stand.
There you go.
I watch a lot of movies.
Or genre.
If you pick something from the 80s, you're more likely going to hit.
Yeah.
Movie 33.
43.
Oh, God.
43.
No, it was on the wheel. I'm not watching it. I've
Yeah,
seen it. It's
He made James
terrible.
watch it for punishment, and it backfired.
Yeah, it did.
No, it
I
didn't.
liked it.
Oh, yeah, he did like it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I still don't know how you didn't like that movie. That made me hate you a little bit.
That's all right.
What up, Easy?
Okay. Gotta have a little hate.
I'm trying to think. I don't actually hate you. What are some movies that I don't like? Shit. Sound of Music, but I'm not doing it.
No, but I already had you do that before anyway. That's
I know. That I
Actually,
do hate you for.
you're gonna hate me even more because I also had you watch what the hell is that one with the flying white thing? The never-ending story. The flying white thing.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
What flying white thing?
What did you say it was?
A flying white thing.
What was the flying white thing?
Oh, I don't know the movie. I just said the movie was, or I forgot the movie. I said I forgot what I said.
Oh God, what is going on?
Oh,
20 fucking hours yesterday. That's what's going on.
20 hours on.
Let's wrap this up.
No, Chris, you're getting annoyed. I'd rather stay on for another 6 or 7 hours. And we're not leaving until Chris picks a Punisher movie for me.
What? No, I thought we
Oh
were.
yeah, you got to pick one now. You pick one now. I don't love all musicals, so if you go musicals or something from the 80s, you'll probably be good. Don't go like a thriller from the 80s. 100% I'm going to love it. Falcor's, oh God, oh. I keep my mouth shut. We can end. We can end. Oh, I hate that fucking movie. Please don't make me watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some time so I can think of some shit.
Thank God. Okay.
Oh wow.
Just end it. Let's end the show. Let's get out of here.
Well, we got to do our plugs first.
No.
You did just tell me like
Plugs.
6 minutes before we went live.
No, yeah, you're right. Take your time. Think about it. Let's get out of the show. Let's end it.
I'm telling you.
We don't need any context clues. Just stop.
Basic Instinct 2.
I even said
that
the
was
title
so
of the
bad.
movie.
Basically.
At least Sharon Stone is gorgeous.
Said the title of the movie too, and he didn't even. Nobody caught it, but I forgot the title right after I said it.
Exactly. I'm not saying it.
You said something?
Nope.
I didn't hear him say anything either.
I hate that movie. It's fucking nope.
I like that movie actually. That's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm. And most
What
people
year-
do.
I wish that came out in 2000 because I'll be throwing that for my 2000s pick.
Oh,
You got one?
I know what one he is.
he
What?
said he rated Halloween Ends, didn't he?
No. No.
The Mask 2 with Jamie Kennedy.
No, but
That's a good one.
What?
I was just trying it. James said he liked movie 43. I was giving it a shot.
we said make a bunch of Tyler Perry movies.
That's a hard one to do because I'm going to be watching a Tyler Perry movie soon because there's a new one out. But I used to like Tyler Perry movies. Like he had a style, a vibe, and I kind of dug that.
Can Michael Jackson Moonwalker be a punishment?
Sure.
I love that fucking thing.
I haven't seen that since I'm a kid. That's a wild one.
Fuck.
I think we need
Listen.
to go, or Chris is gonna.
Stories from a bar. Link is
wanna
in the
go to bed.
description. Popcorn and Pints it's in the description.
Have you seen any of Pokemon movies?
The Scene Snobs in the description. Worst Damn Gamer in the description. Horror Research 30 in the description. Even Johnny Loves Movies, which we're going to talk about when we get off air. So
Johnny needs to stop chiming in.
Yeah, with wrong ass things like La La Land is blah.
No, he gave you a hint for one, and so did Mick that he hates it. You just keep missing it. It's right in your face.
Hey, let's end the show.
But
Don't you tell him off air either. He either figures it out on his own or gives me another movie.
Ooh.
with that said, people, we're gonna get on out of here. So thanks for popping by and peace.